Hey, this is Seth Jared Hines with Digital Marketing Career Blueprint. And in this presentation, I want to share with you my story of how I went from being an unemployed art school graduate with no idea how I was going to support myself to making $60,000 a year within just a year of acquiring these skills, and then making over $100,000 a year just 2 years later. This is a field where there's actually much more demand for skilled workers than there is supply. And most people have no idea it even exists. I certainly didn't before I got into it, and that's why I want to tell you about it. Now, who is this for? If you are a job seeker, if you're out there on LinkedIn, you're looking for new job opportunities, you're not satisfied with your current job, and you're not being paid enough, then this presentation is for you. If you're a college student, and you're starting to stress out about how you're going to pay back those loans, what you're going to do for your career, then this is for you. And if you're a recent graduate and you're starting to see how tough it is to find meaningful and high-paying work, you definitely want to watch this presentation. And finally, if you're the parent of a college student and you're concerned about their financial future, you should definitely listen to everything I have to say in this presentation. It will make a huge, huge difference in your life. It has in my life.
This is what happened to me. I went from being an unemployed art school graduate in 2011 to getting offers like this. Over $100,000 with bonuses just 3 years after getting the skills that I'm going to talk about. Now, how is this possible? Most people realize that the internet has changed everything about how we communicate and how we buy things now. But most people don't realize it has created a $50 billion plus industry, and it's growing every year. And that's the industry of digital advertising and digital marketing. And most people don't know how this works. Now, this industry has created tens of thousands of jobs, including many entry-level positions. And here's the thing. In the old days, advertising was removed from the public, but with digital marketing, you can access and use every marketing platform. That includes AdWords, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads. These generate billions. If you've ever wondered how Google makes all their money, that's how, and millions of companies use them. Somebody has to manage all those ads, and that's what these jobs are. Now, learning to do this can all be done online and implemented online. You learn how to use the platforms the right way, and that's the skill that agencies and employers are looking for. Now, the problem is that graduates and job seekers, you can't find good work. Some are working retail jobs, moving home with mom and dad. But this field has huge demand, but few people know about it. Have you ever heard of PPC, SEM, analytics, or SEO? This is the look I usually get from people when I tell them what I do. And the schools don't teach you about it. So here's what happened with me. In 2011, I was just an unemployed film school graduate with no experience in marketing or IT. I knew nothing. I was like Jon Snow. And I got this interest in online stuff, and I learned everything I could about selling things online through the web. I read blogs, I took online courses, I went to networking events. I didn't go back to school. I didn't take out any more loans. I made a site teaching filmmaking, and I made $800 to $1,200 a month, which was great. It just wasn't enough to live on. But then one day I found a job posting on Craigslist for an account technician, and I had no idea what this meant. But it had to do with selling things online through Google and Facebook and things like that. And I was like, well, I've been learning about that. So I submitted my resume, and it only included my film experience, some office jobs, and my recent online endeavors. It really didn't look very professional. I didn't think I'd even get an interview. But to my surprise, I got an interview. They loved me, and I got the job. And that's what it felt like to get hired at a decent job after being unemployed for almost 2 years. Now, I was hired because of the skills that I had taught myself online through months of trial and error. I had minimal experience, but I learned later they hadn't met anyone who even had the knowledge or limited experience that I had, which is why I was hired. And this was in Los Angeles, which has 10 million people. They still couldn't find anyone. When I was hired, they put me in charge of $1.2 million worth of annual ad spend. 30 plus advertising accounts, and they showed me how to take what I had already taught myself and work up from there. Now, I was happy to make $36,000 to $38,000 a year. The work was interesting. We had a laid-back tech environment. It was my first job in this field. We wore jeans. We played games in the office. It was really cool. But then within about a year, I started getting emails like this on LinkedIn. Hey, Seth, I saw your profile. Would you like an $80,000 a year job with bonuses? I was like, what? I was shocked. I had no idea what people with experience, even a year of experience, were being paid in this field. And here's a posting from Craigslist. You can see 1 year of experience, $50,000 to $60,000. That's the typical going rate. Now, since then, I've been paid thousands of dollars to consult with companies. I've freelanced, I've done contract work, I've worked remotely, and I've had in-house positions that have paid over $100,000 a year. I've moved cross-country on a lark. I've been able to quickly find work, and I've been chased by recruiters. These are screenshots from recruiters messaging me on LinkedIn trying to fill positions because they cannot find people who have these skills. So if you have a particular set of digital marketing skills, you become an absolute dream for employers and agencies. And that's even with minimal experience, regardless of your degree.